Homeschooling by Chelsea Betcher for Intro to Education. I chose to do homeschooling as my reform because we have a junior that currently goes to my high school who chose to be homeschooled for the first 10 years of his life, but then decided that he wanted to get the full high school experience. He also had a brother that his senior year decided to come play for our basketball team, and he ended up being a really close friend of me and my brothers, and he was captain of the basketball team that year. Definition. Via the homeschool law in Iowa, a family may choose to homeschool any child or children that they choose. They are not required to send them to a public or a non-public school. Non-public schools are going to be like a religious section or something like that. There are many reasons why families choose to homeschool their children. This is why the state of Iowa chooses to offer different forms of homeschooling. Some children feel that they're bullied and feel that they don't belong, so they would rather be homeschooled than be in an actual school building. Characteristics. Different forms of Iowa homeschooling. A full-time homeschool with the support of a certified teacher is called competent private instruction. A full-time homeschool without the support of a certified teacher is called competent private instruction or independent private instruction. They change this one a little because sometimes it's just your parent who has never had a homeschool, has never went to be a teacher. Private homeschool with part-time enrollment in a school district is when you go to school for a few classes every day, but you're not there all day and you take online classes at home. Or attendance at a non-accredited high school, which is going to be one that the state doesn't recognize throughout. Pros. These are pros and cons from parents who have homeschooled or people who have been homeschooled. Many people find it a pro to pursue specific subjects. Sorry guys. This is going to be something that they're going to go into after high school, and so they want to focus on it beforehand. Another pro is that now with all this technology, public schools offer it, so you're getting the same education as your peers if you so choose that route. Another way people find it to be a pro is you can study your mental grade level and not your physical grade level. So if you're a freshman and you can do the senior work, then you can get ahead in school and you can finish high school as a freshman. Also, they say you get better moral values and different experiences, which a lot of people count as pros. Cons would be like it's way more costly for your family because you have to provide all the books and technology and things, and it's very difficult. Also, you have to carry required documents 24/7 because if you get caught and they think you're just skipping school, your parents can get in trouble. You're also prone to cheating and you miss a lot of high school opportunities. This is a story from someone who is high school homeschooled. I was homeschooled from 1st through 12th grades and never once desired to go to the government schools. At the time, I couldn't imagine being confined to what looked like a prison. Bells telling me where to go, cutting short the time I wanted to spend on certain subjects, standing in line to have food dumped on a tray for me to eat, wearing the same clothes as everyone else, and truant officers hunting me down if I went rogue. None of that appealed to me. I was very happy with the freedom that homeschooling provided. Not only was I able to wait for others once I mastered it, this allowed me time and spend things I enjoyed, such as reading history books or being involved in extracurricular activities. So my opinion on homeschooling is a little debated because I feel like whenever you're homeschooled, you don't get the experiences you do whenever you go to a public or private school, because yes, you have the opportunity to play sports and be involved in things, but most people choose not to go that route and they choose to just be homeschooled. I think this can inhibit their social graces, so the way they act around people is going to be different than the way other people do, and they really aren't getting the physical activity or things that they need often. This is my buddy John that I mentioned before. He was a senior 2 years ago, and he came to school for 1 year with us as a basketball member. He actually was still homeschooled, and I ended up getting really close with him, and so did my brother, and he was captain of one of our basketball teams. This is him with his brother John. They are both enlisted into the Iowa Army National Guard. They both have jobs, and John decided he wanted to go to school with us this year and get the full experience. He doesn't play many sports, but he has made a lot more friends than he started with. So some of my resources include educateiowa.gov, vitana.org, and npr.org. I choose .org websites just because I've been taught all throughout my high school career that .gov and .org and .edu sources are better. So that is the end of my speech, but I want to give you guys some time to think about if you know anybody that was homeschooled, or if anybody that was homeschooled ever came to your school. Because whenever you go back and think about it, like, these people were so different from the day they got there to the day they finished. And some people are just more outgoing. So, like, John specifically was a very outgoing kid, and he got along as soon as he got to the school. Thank you for listening, and feel free to give me some feedback. I just have different opinions than others, and I feel that everyone needs to be a little more open-minded when people choose to come to a school or things like that. Thank you for listening.